UFC 311 is at stake, or so we thought. Rumors were circulating around ever since we heard, watching the weigh-in show, Armin not getting to the scale at the same time as everyone else. Maybe people were thinking, well, he's a massive dude. Maybe he's going to take a little bit of time. Turns out Dana gets on the horn with 23 minutes left to weigh in to give us an announcement. Let's listen to it real quick.
The business and stuff happens. You know, around 1 a.m. last night, we got a call from Armin, and he let us know that he's experiencing significant back pain and felt that he was not healthy enough to compete, so he's out of the...
Not healthy enough to compete with back pain. So apparently more reports came out that he officially pulled out at 7 a.m. and that it was due to the weight cut, and that during the weight cutting process he hurt his back. And there was apparently no hope for it getting fixed in time to the event. Now, as everyone knows, when you're doing these weight cuts, you're draining yourself of all your nutrients, of all your water, and you are a mess. You're an absolute mess, and you are very prone to injury. That's why people are very careful throughout this weight cutting process. But so it seems that my prediction for an Armenian underdog victory are not going to happen. But Dana gives us a little bit more background.
The fight.
Wow.
So stepping in to face Islam Makhachev for the title, and not a Moicano.
By the way, who's this dude running in the background? That's Dana's fucking lapdog over there getting shit done, apparently. I did not know, by the way, Kevin Holland came in a pound and a half under. That's concerning.
Been on a tear. He's moving up to 155 pounds, and he has the longest active win streak amongst all the fighters in the top 10 in the lightweight division. 6 of his last 7, including his last...
That's right, baby. It's a Money Moicano championship title shot. The haters said, we're not going to... No, it's not going to happen. Moicano's going to have his moment. He'll make his money, but he ain't ever getting to that title picture. Money Moicano. I cannot afford to lose. All right, I am not picking Moicano to win this, sadly. But I don't think it'll be a wash. I think Moicano is going to go in with no pressure. He's going to see how well his teammate Dustin Poirier did, and he's going to go in there with some confidence. And I think we're going to see even better takedown defense than what we saw from Dustin. Again, this is going to be a similar rationale than what I had for Armin. They saw the Volkanovski fight. They saw the Poirier fight. They know Islam is human. On the weigh-in show, it started out, I guess, like minus 600 were the opening odds, plus 440 for Hanato. Within 15 minutes, that shot up to minus 900. I mean, that's to be expected. A lot of money is going to come in from Islam when you get these kind of short notice replacements, especially when it's a matchup like this. Man, yeah, but I can't pick Moicano. Obviously, I want a Money Moicano championship reign. Who wouldn't want that? Because then you're gonna have to run it back. You're gonna have to have Islam versus Moicano 2. There's no way they don't give Makhachev a immediate rematch if he loses. And then that can kind of close the story on his lightweight reign as he moves up to welterweight. Or even if he loses to Moicano, maybe the welterweight prospects go out the window and he thinks, maybe I don't actually have what it takes to win a welterweight belt. Either way, what a beautiful turn of events. I mean, we lose the Dariush Moicano matchup. We lose the Armin Makhachev matchup. But let's be honest. In terms of characters, in terms of entertainment, maybe not in terms of the fight. Maybe Makhachev, Sarukian would have been, pretty compelling fight and a lot more entertaining. But, man, Moicano is going to go in there with no pressure. Because what has he got to lose? He's number 10. He was already on a great win streak. So, I mean, it's not like he's going to have to fight backwards if he loses this fight. This is just money for Moicano. So I'm hoping all the best for him. I really, really hope that it's a competitive fight. That's the minimum that I'm hoping. I just want it to be competitive. But Dana goes on a little bit more as they ask him a few questions.
He's a savage. He wants to step up to this fight. Every fight he's in is a war. And when we call Islam Makhachev,
our boy's back. He forgot Dana's coffee.
Said, brother, I am the champion. I fight anybody. I don't care. So the new fight, the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Islam Makhachev versus Renato Moicano for the lightweight title tomorrow night coming into a dome in Los Angeles.
Crazy to think that Makhachev is breaking all Dagestani stereotypes of not being able to take fights short notice, not taking fights in bad circumstances. Not that this is like an insane switch up for Islam. It's really not. But he is defeating those stereotypes nonetheless, in my opinion. Islam's respect, it's only gone up even more. Even though this may be not as hard of a matchup, look, you gotta like that this guy doesn't back out of the fight. Islam could have easily have said no, and they would have still had a title fight on the card. They would have still had Dariush Moicano, and it technically would still have been an okay pay-per-view. It would have went down in quality a ton, but at least this way you still got 2 title fights on the card. Islam, you're earning that lightweight GOAT status if you win this. You earned it.
You know, we saw Renato Moicano make championship weight this morning. Did he have any heads up that this was a possibility, or was that him just, you know, taking his shot?
No, last night he was aware, and obviously he had to make sure he didn't weigh in at 56. He had to weigh in at 55 to be on championship weight.
You know, boss, he actually was in the fighter meeting yesterday and said
that's amazing. Moicano, no problem cutting that last pound. As everyone knows, as the fighters always say, that last pound is always the worst one. Man, Moicano with the fine last second adjustment. Let's see what I think the next question I thought was hilarious is coming up next.
Said he wanted to try and be 155. And you guys kind of tipped the hat a little bit, because he said, I'll cut the weight, but if I'm feeling bad, I'm not losing that extra pound. When he lost that extra pound, the ears start to perk up. So Renato Moicano was very aware of it. When you look at the fight, Renato Moicano has looked phenomenal recently. How do you think he matches up against Islam Makhachev?
I don't really care what Dana has to say.
No, I love this stuff. When a guy gets again,
Yeah, Dana loves it when a guy just steps up and does what he wants, blah, blah, blah.
This is what you got, a true backup fighter for either the main event or the co-main event. Had Moicano not been able to go, was there another option?
Well, there were lots of options. The best case scenario was a guy who's already on the card, who's already in shape, who's already making weight.
So you know, when he says there are options, I wonder if he's specifically talking about there were options in terms of we just take Islam off the card and now Umar and Merab are the main event, or if he literally means that there could have been someone out there who somehow fills in this spot that is not Renato or Dariush, I guess. That's... like, what, are they going to get Volkanovski out here again? Like, was that really a option in one of their heads? But nonetheless.
He had a training camp, and when you really look at it, and the press conference yesterday, who better to take this opportunity?
That's true. He kind of stole the show at the press conference. I do have to ask you, he was supposed to fight Beneil Dariush. What's in store for Beneil?
We'll take care of Beneil. We'll get him figured out.
You always do. Huge.
Yeah, you always do. Man, no comment about Beneil. You know Dana does not give a you-know-what about Beneil, man. Yeah, Beneil really getting the crap into the stick here. You saw him weighing in, too. He was in high spirits when he weighed in. He looked great. Yeah, I guess they're going to... when they say we'll take care of him, I hope that means they'll give him some sort of form of payment. The man's been out for over a year. No money coming in. So, hope they do something for him. But, man, yeah, what do you even do with Dariush? Like, he just cut all this weight. He just went through a training camp. Who knows what kind of shape he's in? Can he even take another fight, like, right after this? Who would he even face? A lot of questions. A lot of questions for Dariush. But either way, we got Islam Makhachev. We got Renato Moicano. It's a great matchup no matter what. I don't think this is going to be some boring fight that's just like a very slow grappling exchange. Moicano is a very different grappler. Very more traditional, where if he gets on top in half guard, he locks down that bottom leg with the figure four, and he tries to go to work and slowly cook you from there. Very common style. Not really much of a cage grappler is Moicano. got decent takedown defense. A lot of people are pointing to that RDA performance as to why he's going to lose this fight. But I think he's evolved, and I think his fight IQ's gone up a ton. He's obviously still very prone to getting chinned. And Makhachev has a pretty decent build and style to do it, which is why I'm leaning on him to win. But I'm never going to count out Money Moicano because he cannot afford to lose. All right? He cannot afford to lose. But that's the update. See you for the stream tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. Peace.